In this lecture, let's discuss transition chaining. In many cases, you might have to perform different state changes for one or multiple elements. For example, you might have to increase the width of the element, and after the width is increased, you have to notice after the width is increased, you might have to change its color, and after the color is changed, you might have to change its position, like that. So you might not be able to complete it just using delay option provided by D3's transition. In the previous lecture, when we have to display the horizontal bars one by one, we actually used delay. But if you want to change the state itself, that is, you want to change the color first, then once the color is changed, you have to change the size. Then once the size is changed, you have to change the position. If it goes like that, it might not be possible by just using delay. So in that case, you can use the transition chaining technique. It is nothing but you have to use the transition method multiple times as you want. So let's see how to do that. Let me add the script section, and within this let me add an SVG. So where SVG equals d3.selectBody.append SVG .attr of width as say 600, then .attr of height as 500, and let me also set a background color. So .style background to be say gray. I am changing from pink to gray. Okay, then let me save this and check the output. See, a gray SVG element is added. Next, let me add a small circle within this. So let me specify where circle equals svg.append circle, and for this let me set the cx, cy and radius. So dot attr of cx, let me make it say 50, then dot attr of cy, that also 50, then dot attr of r, let it be 40, and finally let me specify the fill color. So dot style fill, let me set the color as pink. Now let us check. Let me save this. See, a small pink circle is added. Now I am going to apply transition. So first I am trying to move this circle to this position, that is to the other corner, that is diagonally I am going to move this. Then I will increase the radius of this circle and also change its color, and then I will move it back to the original position by changing the color back and also the size back. So let's try doing that. For that, let me specify d3.select circle dot transition dot duration. I want to happen it in say 2 seconds, so 2000. Then I want to specify the new position, right? So let me copy this and paste it here, and the total width of the SVG is 600, so let me make it 500, and the total height is 500, so let me make it 400. Okay, now let's check how it looks like. Let me save this and show you. See, okay, let me refresh. See, it is moving to the new position. Now what I want to increase its size and change its color. So what I can do here after this, suppose I just specify here itself dot attr of r to be say 80 and dot style of fill to be say deep pink. What will happen? Let's see that first before applying transition chaining. Let me save this. See, as it moves, its color is getting changed and the size is getting increased. I don't want that to happen. What I want the small circle itself, that is the small pink circle, to move to here, and then after reaching here, I want to increase its size and change its color. So that is why we cannot do it in the same transition, right? So what we need to do here after this, we can just specify dot transition and also dot duration of 2000. Now let's see the change. Let me save. See, it is moving. Increase the size and also change the color. Now if I want to move it back to this position, and while moving itself I want to change the color back to pink and the size back to small, what I can do? I can again write, let me copy this and paste it here, and let me copy this and paste it here and change the values. So let me make Cx as 50 and Cy as 50 and radius as 40 and fill color as pink. Now let me save this. See, it has moved. The size and color is changed. Now it is moving back, and while moving back itself, its color and size is changed, right? Let me refresh it once again. Increased, moving back, and the color is changed. Now suppose we want this to happen repeatedly. What we can do? We can actually call the set timeout function. That is a JavaScript function which can be used to execute a function repeatedly, right? So what we can do is that, let me create a function method chaining, and we don't want this and this to be within the method chaining function. That is, we are going to call this method chaining function repeatedly, but if we write this SVG appending and circle appending within this, then the SVG and circle will be appended each time this function is executed. So we don't want that to happen. We just want the animation to happen repeatedly. So let me cut it from here and paste it here, and let me remove one semicolon. Now we need to call the function repeatedly, right? So what we can do is we can specify set interval. Sorry, I think I have specified set timeout before. It is set interval. If we want to call the function repeatedly at specified intervals, it should be set interval. The set timeout method is used if you want to call the function once, okay, but we want to call this function repeatedly. So it is set interval. I am not sure whether I have mentioned the name as set timeout before. So the name of the function is method chaining. That is, this function is to be executed repeatedly, and we need to specify the interval in milliseconds. So to have this animation complete, we need 2000 plus 2000 plus 2000 milliseconds. So let me specify the interval as 6000 here. Okay, now let me save this. It will start for the first time after 6 milliseconds. That is why there is a gap here, that is a delay here. Again it will move, see, it is moving, increasing and changing color, again moving back, again moving, increasing and changing color. So if you want to happen it without any delay, here there is a delay of 6 seconds. So if you want to happen it without any delay, what you can do? You can actually call this function once, that is method chaining, and then call the set interval, so that this function will be executed for the first time without any delay, and then after 6 seconds it will start repeatedly executing. Let me save this and show you. See, it's already started. Let me refresh once again. See, without any delay the animation is started. So like this you can actually do transition chaining. You can just specify transition as you want in between, and as many times as you want you can specify the transition. So this is called transition chaining. This is useful when you have to do multiple state changes one after the other, which will not be possible with delay option provided by D3's transition method.